uh, nerds that make up the round table is Manny and Frank. What's going on, guys?
Oh, nothing
Just
really.
enjoying my gin and tonic here.
Oh, you a
Your
fancy
Star Wars cup.
Oh yeah.
And Sonny, what do you have in there, sir?
I'm
Ooh, I
just
like that cup.
hydrating my body with some water.
Where'd you get that from?
It was made. A friend of mine
Very
made
nice.
it. So
Shout out to your friend. People should seek those out.
Michelle Rodriguez should make these for everybody and give me free ones. Um,
That's cool.
and that's really her name, Michelle Rodriguez. What's up, guys? What are you guys doing?
What's today? Friday? I ain't doing dip.
Uh, yeah,
Um,
it's been a weird week. I think we had off on Monday at work, and then the kids haven't been in school all week, and then Tuesday, Wednesday was like a ghost town. Like no, but I got not one chat message, and I got maybe like 5 emails,
nice.
and then last 2 days were off, so it's like weird. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Look,
just I'm not used to that because I get too much communication normally.
How about you, Sonny?
uh, worked, worked the holidays. So pretty much nothing changed for me. It was all pretty much straightforward week. Um, Besides that, looks like I might have an actual first gig lined up for my filming stuff that I want
That's
to do.
good.
The whole
That's
COVID
good,
stuff has
man.
really screwed me over on a bunch of projects, but slowly
Some
but surely.
That's
some
good.
of your other ones fell apart. You said
Yeah.
that sucks, man.
So
Is it
uh,
because of COVID or no?
it's a mix of COVID and a mix of cheap people don't want to pay. I mean,
I
they
know. I
want
had.
like they want like the gold package for like a bronze deal.
Oh, of course. They
So
always do. I ran into that a lot, man.
yeah.
But I used to ask for like 30% up front.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. I mean, 50, but motherfucker, you give me 50 now. Hmm.
Yeah, you could even do that. I mean,
But
if they
yeah, I mean,
if they will, but a lot of times they won't.
having some down helps just because then it's like it makes it real.
Yeah.
But I always felt it was weird that like how do you get your money at the end? Like
Mm.
you just kind of give them the product and then you hope to God they send you the check. I mean, what? I don't know. I always thought it was weird. It was hard to figure that out.
That's where you gotta get like a contract in place and all that.
Yeah.
But for me over here, oh, I got pictures here. What are these?
Oh,
Pictures,
picture.
Um,
motion pictures.
no, they're just pictures of Elena when she was younger and all that.
Man, she changed a
Uh,
lot.
they're on
Fake.
my fantasy football trophy that I am the champion once again in my fantasy league. Once it looked like everything was dire, I have come back as a
Very nice.
champion.
Were people
Um,
upset? Did you pull an upset, or was it like pretty clear that you were gonna win?
I guess you could say it was an upset because I was ranked number two,
Mm-hmm.
but we were tied for first. He just got first place because he beat me twice, I think, in the regular season.
Mm.
No, it was pretty. They named me champion on Sunday, where I still had, or he still had one player to go,
Mm-hmm.
and so they already named me kind of the champion. I think before actually the Sunday night game, so I think it was pretty fair and clear. So
And you guys
uh,
play for money, right?
yeah, so I won a total lump sum, and I
Very good.
decided to put that towards Elena's college fund. So
That's
that,
smart.
I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna play these games, and so Violet's behind me 100%. I'm just gonna put it all towards like a college fund or something like that.
That's
So
good.
that's what I did with that. For me, so since I moved into this house, I was lucky enough that I was gifted a snowblower
Hmm.
from my mom back in the summertime, and she never used it or anything like that. I've never used a snowblower. Have you guys ever used a snowblower?
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
times, but it
Okay.
wasn't like yours.
Okay. So my snowblower, apparently I'm not a man's man. I knew that you had to mix this oil. My snowblower is a uh, um, two cylinder. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Two
Oh, okay.
cycle.
2 cycle, yeah.
Two
Yeah.
cycle snowblower, and you have to mix the oil and gasoline together to make this concoction that makes the snowblower run and blow the snow everywhere you want to go. So me thinking it's gonna mix, what better place to mix it than inside the engine? So the bottle of
That's
oil
what I would have done.
is like that big, and then of course the regular gas you just pour it in. So I put the oil in there, and I put the gas, and I start it, and I'm like, this doesn't sound right because it's really loud. I'm like, this doesn't sound right, and I see kind of smoke coming out. So I stop it, and I try it again, and it doesn't want to go. Like it gets stuck. So I call my mom. I'm like, hey, so it took me 30 seconds, and I messed up the snowblower. And by this time, it's snowing pretty bad by us. So she called my brother, and then my brother told me kind of what to do. So I would have to throw out the gas inside there and put new gas, and then throw out that gas and put new gas and throw it out. So basically by my garage, it smelled like a gas station that just sprayed a leak everywhere. So the funny thing is, though, while that's happening, I kind of want to just say, forget it. I'll bite my losses. I'll fix it later. I'm trying to shovel manually like I've always done, but this time I have a driveway. I'm like, oh, this is horrible. So I keep going back trying to fix it, and it finally got started. My brother and I found out that where it actually picks up the snow got stuck, so it was turning it manually. After, of course, I made sure it was turned off and all that, so it didn't start. And it started, and
I had to call you One Hand Manny.
Yeah. So yeah, that was, I almost accepted a loss there, but
yeah, I would have done the same thing. Just mix it inside of there. But
the funny thing, so every single person told me after the fact, oh, you know, they sell that gas mixed already at Menards.
I was gonna ask you actually, don't they just sell it mixed?
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. They do.
But it's like if you never used one, it's like how the hell?
But to be honest, I got a gas station right here, so I just fill that fucker. I already swore. I fill that little thing that I have a gallon, and then put one of those in, and I'm good to go. It'll never happen again. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now you know, man.
That was fun.
Now you can make fun of somebody else when they do the same thing.
I'm not gonna make fun of them. Let's get into news. I personally don't have any news. I have one piece of news actually.
I have one. Yeah.
I don't know if when we start talking, something else will pop up for me, but of course I will interrupt Sonny and just say my piece of news when that happens. So, who wants to go first? Sonny, how many pieces of news do you have?
I got 4.
So I think we've said this, or I've asked this already. Are the pieces of news that we get or that we decide to save for this podcast, are each one of us the ones that choose the news that interests us, or that we think other nerds would know?
No, it's the ones I think are interesting.
For yourself or for other nerds?
No, for myself.
How about you, Sonny?
I like to do a little bit of mix of like something that interests me and maybe stuff that is a little obscure that people might not know, maybe a handful of people know. So
and that's why you have more all the time. I think I like to do what interests me and then forget everyone else. But like when I brought up the stimulus thing, I think last week, I think that's what I kind of changed the mindset on that. But yeah, whoever wants to go first, let's go.
I only have one. Do you mind if I just knock mine out?
Go ahead.
The only thing I really have is that very shortly after Wonder Woman 84 premiered on HBO Max and in theaters, they already announced that's yours. They already said, yeah, we want to do Wonder Woman 3. So I don't know what they really based that on, or if they already were thinking that before, or what. But they said it like the day after, or like 2 days after. Even though obviously the theater numbers were not good, and I actually think reviews were low as well.
Did we all see it?
I did.
You saw it too, Sonny? Okay. The reviews started out very good, very good, and then as Christmas Day went on, it just started plummeting down. So I didn't see when it was last. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it later on in the show. as
Where
like
do
a
you
nerd out.
guys go for reviews? Like, is there Rotten Tomato or somewhere else?
I don't go anywhere anymore.
I don't
Um,
either.
there was like two critics that I followed that I usually trusted their word because we kind of had similar tastes and
It's
stuff,
so hard to distrust now.
and or stuff that interests me. But now I'm like, because Rotten Tomatoes, last time I checked, it was owned by a film studio, so that kind of like soured me on it.
Yeah.
Uh, and
I
critics
mean, I
never actually ever review what the film actually is. It's, oh, this person is this, and I don't like that person, so the movie sucks, or some kind of
mm,
stupid be behind a review, or some little stupid thing. So I pretty much stopped checking reviews.
me
I'll
too.
talk to people I know and be like, hey, what did you think? Because if you find this movie interesting, that's how I kind of like piece together. But
Yeah. I mean, and it's at on Rotten, it's at 61 and 74 audience.
So let me say this: since January 2010, Rotten Tomatoes has been owned by Flickster, which returned acquired by Warner Brothers in 2011. I'm sorry, acquired by Warner Brothers in 2011. In February 2016, Rotten Tomatoes and its parent site Flickster were sold to Comcast's Fandango, so they are owned by Fandango now. They're
Mm,
not owned by Warner Brothers anymore.
I haven't used
Um,
it.
so I go by
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes only. I don't
Hmm.
go by a critic of any kind. I go by that little tomato and see how red it is.
Yeah.
I personally have used Fandango. I know when we used to go to the movies. I'm not sure about you, Sonny. Actually, no. I think you did use AMC a lot, right? The AMC app,
Yeah.
and then you used the AMC app a lot. Did you not, Frank?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I use Fandango a lot and got points and all that. So I know in Fandango, if they show you the little tomato, I was always down for that. So that's personally what I always use for that, and I go
Yeah.
by that.
Cool. Um, yeah. I feel like we'll have some interesting stuff
I
possibly
remember the
talking about.
day I gave up on critics. It was when me and Sonny went to the see Mummy Returns back in the day when we were small, and I was like so high off of it. I was like, that was a fun movie. Like it was awesome. And I go on Rotten Tomatoes, all the critics are shitting on it. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fudge is this, man? I was like, come on, it was fun. And
yeah.
I was still young and stuff, but I was like so annoyed at the things they were saying, and I was like, I'm never listening to these guys again. So
Yeah.
that day alone, really, like, I was like, whatever, critics, man.
So what do you guys think about the Wonder Woman announcement, though?
I'm kind of surprised, honestly.
That number three is happening?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I thought maybe they'd wait to see if people loved it, if people, I know they weren't expecting to make a lot of money off of it, but at least if they loved it, what the reception is.
How about you,
But I,
Sonny?
I guess either way, they're
Um,
going.
I'm not surprised. Based off
Not either.
off of the love of the first movie, and a lot of people were very the one of the few highlights that people still had for DC was this movie before the Snyder cut and everything came out. So
Mm,
they probably jumped the gun a little bit, but they're like, you know what? There's enough fans here to move forward with a third. So, and then with the HBO Max deal, DC and all that kind of stuff, I think it was a no brainer to go to move with three.
Kind of touching real quick on the HBO Max DC stuff. They loaded a lot of stuff into their library.
Hmm.
It was like an injection in the arm of all this DC animated stuff, like the Batman
Yeah.
mm,
Begin, or I'm sorry, the Batman animated series.
mm-hmm.
Batman Beyond, Frank is on there.
Mm.
We got some of the movies, Batman by Gaslight, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Batman Ninja, and all. So I'm excited to watch that. I think I'm not surprised about Wonder Woman 3 at all. The first Wonder Woman was such a big success. It was probably probably the most successful DC movie to date, besides Joker. But let's not count Joker in this extended universe. Um, I think these tentpole movies, they already kind of know what they're going to do in story wise. So that's why, and especially if you see the HBO Max deal that they did,
Mm.
this was the first movie that said, "Hey, on Christmas Day, you're going to see this."
Yeah.
So I think they already had that situated. So,
Yeah, you're right. They probably
um,
did.
But I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised.
I'm not sure why it was, but I just kind of was. I was like, damn, dude, you guys are wasting no time.
Yeah.
Like WW3. And
uh,
not that WW3. Wonder Woman 3.
are you good, Frank? Are you done with that part?
Yeah, I'm all done.
Okay. You know what? I'll say one before I interrupt Sunny. Um, so I was reading on Facebook and all that. I don't know why I came across this, but according to the Sun, and I don't know when this news article came out, but according to the Sun, there's a lot of problems going on with the Batman production with Robert
I did
Pattinson
hear
and
about that.
Matt Reeves. And I almost always like to throw these out and not believe it's true. But like like a article like the Sun. And I think they're mostly tabloids. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Sun. They always like to do the gossip thing. I'm not 100% sure, but I will say that kind of worries me about this whole thing. In the article, it says something along the lines that Pattinson is kind of tired of wearing the bat suit. That Matt Reeves is a perfectionist, and
I heard that.
even though they get a take done, Matt Reeves wants to do it again and see if he could get something else out of it.
I think he wants options, man.
Yeah,
To go edit.
and to be honest, this is a lot riding on this movie, man.
Mhm.
Like, it's Batman. It's one of probably the most famous
Yeah.
superhero out there besides Superman and maybe even Spider-Man. Um, so a lot rides on this. So I mean, I can't really blame that. I hope Pattinson is not mad at wearing the bat suit and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to wear it, but I mean, we're fucking nerds. We would love to fucking wear it if we could fit
I'd
it.
wear it. I don't care. If it chafed me, cut me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Bring it on.
And for this to come out March 2022 now, like, this
It's
gets
a
me
really
sad.
long time.
That we might only get one version of this film before it falls apart. Hopefully it doesn't.
I bet you we will.
Get
Man.
everything. I know.
Cursed.
I know. So.
That's what sucks, man. It's like, I mean, he's been complaining since the beginning. He doesn't want to work out. He doesn't want to wear the suit.
But I didn't believe that. I thought
You
it
didn't
was
believe
one
it?
of those. I thought it was one of those things where he's stirring the pot. And he just wants to make fun of the tabloids making a big
clicks.
deal out of nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe. I mean, I don't follow it close enough to.
I mean,
know.
I don't know. Some people just aren't made to be in these big films, like Daniel Craig or maybe Ron Pattinson. They just, I don't know. They're just like, it just seems that certain people aren't really cut from that kind of cloth. Like Downey Jr. No problem. He's like, yeah, I'll take all the money. I'll take all the fame.
I never heard him complain in all these years.
Yeah, so
Sure, he's had to do a lot of crap. Downey Jr. Like what, 10 years, 11 years.
Lots and lots
Yeah.
of time.
But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Craig, he got his career from Bond. I mean, how could you? I know. I mean, if he doesn't, he really doesn't want to do it. I could see, But I mean, was he forced to do like all those 5 movies? We don't know anything really. But
yeah, pretty
same
much. I mean, well, he
Pattinson.
was trying to get out of the last
Since
movie.
like 3 movies ago, right?
He kept saying,
All I know this is that they got paid by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
sure.
if these things keep coming up, I think there's got to be some truth to it. But it did happen with Mando as well, and Pedro finally spoke about it and said, "No, I don't have any problems. You guys stop spreading rumors."
Yeah,
Or he probably doesn't have any problems because now going forward his mask is going to be off a lot. I bet.
But what he said was that it was made very clear to him that he's a masked character. He's not like a FaceTime type of character.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I get that.
So either way, I mean, I hope the movie turns out well, because that initial trailer surprised the hell out of me. I'll tell you that. The Batman trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Where he beat that guy to a pulp. Everybody was going crazy about that, making memes and stuff like that. So I hope they can do something good. But I could see, from both their angles, the director wants enough options to edit, and what's his name wants to hurry up, and he doesn't want to spend 16 hours a day dressed up and keep redoing the same thing for 8 hours. But it just depends how dedicated he is to the role. And everything I've heard seems like he is dedicated, but he isn't like 110% committed.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know if it's true, but that's
Yeah,
what
who
it seems
knows?
like to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories behind a lot of movies and production and what's true, what's not. It does make it interesting though, because
Have you guys watched those the Netflix documentary where like the movies that made us or something?
Yeah.
And they talk about the behind the
yeah,
scenes. Like some of these movies, man, the insanity that they go through to get made is just like freaking mind-boggling. Like, how does
Mhm.
this even happen? How do you guys even make movies? Like, this is bad, dude. Like, what the hell is this?
it's an amazing process.
And it's weird is like some of the best ones end up having the worst behind the scenes drama, which is kind of
Even the
crazy
worst
too.
ones have even better stories.
Yeah, probably.
um,
Yeah.
there was one about the making of the Island of Dr. Benro. That was
Hmm.
a fantastic documentary. If you can find it, check it out. It
You mean
was on
like the
Netflix.
original 30s movie or what?
No, the one with Val Kilmer in it, and
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, that one.
And they just
That
talked about
story
all
was.
the BS behind it.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was really cool. Um,
That's
but yeah, I mean,
crazy.
there's a whole bunch of those type of stories that we don't even know about yet.
I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that trailer so far. I mean, if they can keep that up for the whole movie or for the main film, I hope it's good. That's all I can really say.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I like the trailer. I didn't gush over like most people, but I was like, okay, I liked
Like, hmm,
the
pretty good.
I liked the tone, I liked the camera work. They looked like it wasn't being treated like
Like, like too over the top, or
yeah,
hmm,
like it felt like, well, I guess for lack of a better term, like love and care, like from just everything was like, this looks different, but yet it's still Batman, but it looks vastly different than what
yeah,
we've done so far.
totally.
So
I
it
agree
caught
with
my
that.
interest 100% because like I love trailers, but I also hate them because they lie a
Hmm.
lot. They
Same here.
or they're cut, and like it's like you hype me up, and I'll talk about a in my nerd out about a movie and trailer. So so I'll
Yeah.
talk about that more. But
Okay. I think we
um
beat that one to death.
Yeah.
Any more
Sonny,
news?
if you want to go into yours.
well, let's jump into the express train of news. Toot toot. Um,
Oh yeah,
Batgirl.
you have four. All right, go.
uh,
Sorry,
Batgirl movie may go straight to HBO Max.
I'm fine with
So
it.
there's been a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
of course.
the extended universe stuff, a lot of movies down the pipeline, a lot of different projects they wanted to do, and this could be one. They're aiming to possibly make Batgirl the first like exclusive for HBO Max.
Hmm.
Um,
I didn't know they were making a background movie.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
with Whedon for a while.
Hmm.
yeah, dropped out because it's
He
Josh.
drops out of everything.
Yeah, I got a love hate thing with him, um, but yeah, currently there is no director signed on. But they are after a female director right now, so they're trying to lock that down. There's no names attached to it yet, but they want to make this possibly. A lot of people are speculating that this will be the first exclusive made for HBO. So
Hmm.
we'll see how it goes because I like this character a lot. I won't say she's like my top 5 or 10, but I'm always interested in her character, what they can do with her because there's a lot of dynamic there with her and Batman, or just her and her father, and a lot of stuff that they can do. Some good stories. They just haven't really touched upon that.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see what they can do with it. Again, HBO usually lets the person in charge do their thing and go like, all right, this is your vision, your path. You have so
Yeah.
many episodes or such a budget. Go ahead and do it. Just
Um,
some.
like what I heard, I don't know where I heard it, but I've been hearing lately with the DC stuff, they're trying to be creator first, which lends itself to what you're saying. And it seems well, what I also think and heard is that the strength of the DC universe is that how it can split into a multiverse. So you could tell Flashpoint while also telling a story in the past with WW84, or you could do some craziness in the future, or you could do Joker all on its own, or you could kind of
Yeah.
what's the word? Be like you can be all over the place. I don't know what the word I was looking for, but you could be all over the place without trying to make it a continuous
Yeah.
thing exactly like MCU, where this is
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay, we can just do 10 different Batman stories. We don't have to tie it into these other movies.
yeah. Because I mean, in comics, every big company's always ripping each other off from different characters and storylines and stuff.
hmm
Marvel had their own like, was it like Elseworld comics or like?
They
No,
well,
No,
they
was
have
yeah,
that
like
DC?
2099 or What If and stuff like
yeah.
that.
And but DC always did their alternate universes better, I think, and that
Yeah,
them. So the
it's
fact that
because there
they,
was always constantly parallel Earths, so they could just tell
yeah,
infinite stories as
there's a
much as they
lot.
want.
I mean, you can go back to like Crisis on Infinite Earth 1, 2, 7, 10, 12, 21.
Hmm.
There's
hmm
uh, there's always different variations. You can tell different stories.
I
One
always
universe.
liked those, man. Like when they did Gaslight or Vampire or this or that.
Yeah, and for some reason it just fits better with like those characters. Like you can put Spider-Man in different eras, but I don't know if it has the same impact if it's not like set in modern day New York and
hmm
all
I
that kind
think
of
the
stuff.
best one
I,
is the Spider-Verse, where he's like a failed fat Spider-Man,
Hmm.
well, like
like an
yeah,
old
well,
man.
yeah,
Like it's kind of interesting that he fell like that in a way.
that was cool, but it was more like 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 parallel universe thing
It
where
was more
like
like
it's
older,
the
but
same.
rather,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, what I mean, it's not like Batman in
It's not like he's
colonial time.
medieval or
I
something.
mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you know, like with the white powder wig on, being, how dareth thee stop thee, for I get my webs on thee. You know, those
Yeah.
don't seem to lend well to it, but DC tends to do better with that kind of stuff, I think. So that does
hmm
help with the like, hey, like Joker is, well, they're working on a sequel now, but that was like great one-off. You don't know if it's canon, is it its own thing? What
Are
is
they
it?
working on a sequel?
I rem- I I swore I read it or we talked about it or something like
Maybe.
that.
Maybe.
There's a
Um,
rumor. I don't know if it's
maybe,
official though yet.
maybe,
Probably
but
not official.
or not official, but there's money there, so it's always on the table. Um, you know,
Yeah.
that could be a one-off thing. There's a bunch of different things they can do. So we'll
Yeah.
see how it
I
moves forward.
mean, well, it's kind of cool how they can just be like, we're gonna do Batgirl, even though like MCU, they might be bound by the narrative because it's reaching towards Civil War.
Huh.
It's trying to reach towards Endgame, and
Hmm.
they wouldn't have time or it wouldn't make sense to do a side story like that. Maybe I don't know, but I think that is an advantage for them.
Yes.
But yeah, Batgirl could be interesting.
Yes.
But I
Uh,
mean, there's nothing. There's no director attached. There's no date. There's nothing,
no, it's
right?
nothing. It was I think they're aiming for like 2022, 2023, but they got to get that director on first and actually stay on board.
Yeah.
Um, we'll see how it all moves forward. We'll
hmm
definitely keep an eye out when it comes out, if it comes out, and never know.
Yeah.
Next news
hmm
article. Lethal Weapon 5 will be the last in the series, confirms director, who is like
Oh my
90.
god.
Yeah,
The
so
Weapon 5
I love these movies.
are
So when's the
cats
last time you saw Lethal Weapon 1?
One,
The last
actually,
time.
within
I
the
saw,
last 5 years.
saw all four of them like beginning of this year, something like that.
hmm
Man, that movie's rough, dude.
I didn't know Richard Donner was still alive.
That movie is so rough with that jazz music going and all that.
Hey, that's the
That's why I
charm.
love it because, like,
Oh
yeah, because like
man,
it, like that out of all of them is like the most buddy cop of the buddy copiest movies you'll ever watch.
You know what I said in third grade, or no, first or second, maybe third grade. They went
Until
around the room and they were like, "What's your favorite? No, favorite actor?" I think, and everybody was like, Jim Carrey, stuff like that. And I was like, Mel Gibson. Teacher's like, what? I was like, yeah, Lethal Weapon and Mad Max. And she's like, what? She was like,
yeah,
so, like, what the hell's wrong with this kid watching these movies like rated R ass shit?
that's
But
funny.
that was my grandma for you. But, um, yeah, I watched Lethal Weapon like within the last 5 years. It is cheesy, but it's still cool, man. I like the, but I
yeah,
don't see how they're gonna make this. I really don't.
um, uh, The only thing we know is that it'll be Riggs and Murtaugh. Both Danny
But,
Glover and Mel Gibson are coming back.
but
They're gonna
why
be old.
make it? It's
And
so
both
weird.
saying, "I'm too old for this shit."
I mean, he's been too old for this shit for 40
It,
years.
um,
Since the first one, he was so old for this
Yeah,
shit.
he was saying that since the first
I
movie.
mean, I mean, well,
Joe Pesci comes back. That'd be fucking hilarious.
oh man, he doesn't look too good. I hope not, because that would just kill me. Um,
Leo gets. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever Leo wants, Leo gets. It's too funny, man.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Again, the director just
How are they
stated
doing
the
this?
movie is going to be taking place with them old, probably retired or like in some kind of consulting role. It could be like, again, this is like their last hurrah. I don't know
Present
how it's
day.
gonna work out. I don't know. I do want to see it though. As much as I shouldn't, I do want to see it. I do love this franchise.
It's
I think
pretty
four
cool.
was a nice send off, but five will probably mess it up. But I'll give it a shot.
Why though? It doesn't
Oh,
make sense. They can't do anything.
a lot of things don't make sense, but
They can't fight anyone. They can't do
right
anything.
now they're roll with it.
Well, let's be honest. It probably won't be all about them. It'll probably be a new.
The next wave.
Yeah.
But his son died, didn't he? In the movie universe, didn't his son get killed like by? Or no, his son's
No.
friend got killed or something, right?
I forgot.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
It wasn't his son. Yeah.
Yeah, part three was about the cop killer bullets.
Yeah, the bullets. Yeah. These are
and
cop
the kid's
killers.
like,
He's like,
"Pow,
come on,
pow," yeah.
rookie. And then
Yep.
they shoot the rookie. He's like, oh god, the rookie.
It's my first day of job. Oh.
I thought it was kind of funny. Poor motherfucker.
If
Oh,
you
the
are a
poor
rookie, or if you're like a day from retirement, you're gonna die. I don't tell you.
Like, so unless you're Murtaugh, you're gonna complain that you're too old for 20 years.
Yeah, man.
Next one.
Yeah. I think like the last buddy cop movie, the one that gave his last breath, was Bad Boys for Life, and after that, even before that, and after it hasn't been much, if very little of anything. So, pardon me again. Just want to see out of morbid curiosity. Maybe they can pull something off, and it's like a cool send off. Doubt it, but I thought I would bring it to the table. So, we'll see.
That's kind of funny, but I just really want them to not do it.
All right. Moving on from the old bastards to some young blood.
Okay.
Creed 3 will begin filming in late 2021.
Which one?
What is
movie?
it?
Creed 3.
Oh yeah.
I don't even want this either.
Baby Creed. I wasn't a fan of the second one. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
But we'll see. There's a lot of stupid rumors. People going, Clubber Lang should be in the third one. I'm like, Jesus, just leave the old people.
Lang.
Just leave the old people alone.
It's like, okay, so remake the fucking same movies with the same
Pretty much.
villains.
Yeah, pretty much. I hope not.
And
but-
this Adonis came off like a real dick in the second movie. Like the way
I mean,
about the kid, and I don't know, he was whining and
I will say that again, as much as I wasn't a fan of it, it did build his character towards the end. It was there for purpose. I don't think it was handled well, but it was there for a purpose. You know, him not growing up with like an actual father,
Sure.
not knowing how to be a man and a father and take care of your family and kids. Again, I didn't think it came off that well. They could have done it better, but
see
I get it.
what annoys me about his character is like he acts as if his father left him on purpose, but he died. Like, it's not like he consciously chose, oh, I don't want this fucking child. Like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
I mean,
that's
I
what I
understand.
remember.
No, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the
He
purpose
has
of
like
the
this
first,
chip.
it wasn't. Well, the chip was that everyone says you're your father, this and that, or like you're
Right.
free, you're this and that. So like that's why like in the first one I really enjoyed, because when he goes like in the corner and Rocky's like, why are we doing this? Well, why are we doing this? And he goes, I want to prove I'm not a mistake. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
Like it was cool.
I think I like two better. I'm going back, so I'm not a hypocrite.
Like two better.
at my messages that I sent you guys after I watched Creed 2, and I like Creed 2 better. I can't remember why. I was reading on there that the
You
fights were
found that
better.
quick.
But I would say the first one, if I could remember right, annoyed the crap out of me. Like I didn't like Creed at all. I didn't like Michael B. Jordan's character, like how he played him at all until he got like friends with Rocky, and then I liked him a little bit more. And then the second one, I liked a little bit more. Um, and then I mean I can't remember it though, man. It's he fought the
Drago's
Russian.
son.
Yeah, I think I can remember those fights were better than whatever was in the first one.
Oof, I don't know
So
how you can say that.
yeah,
I mean,
They
that's
were
your
good
opinion.
in both.
They were fine in two. I think one felt more impactful. Like you felt those punches, and in part two, it just
Well, it's
felt
because one of them he actually got knocked out.
it helped. But
Yeah.
no, like I mean, and that I feel like that's kind of like the table, the feel here at the table that we like one, the other one, not so much, or notice in some way, shape, or form.
not me.
So
I like number two better.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we each have one that we
Oh, yeah.
go, this is the one I like more, and
Oh,
this one we kind of stuff like that.
I don't even remember the end of Creed 2, like, so I don't even necessarily care if they make another.
He beats Drago. He goes up to
Does
Sun.
Rocky die from cancer?
No,
No, right?
no, he survives in the first one.
That's the first one. The second
And
one, he
then
doesn't even have it, right?
no, and then him and
I
like
thought he.
have a talk.
Or is he even in his corner in the second one? I don't remember, man.
The Rocky story I can't remember in part two that well. Like I know the first one very well. I don't remember Rocky's story in part two that well. I just know that they focus more on Michael B. Jordan and his son and or daughter, son, child. I'll just go with child because I'm not sure what
They
type of child.
said B. Jordan is directing the next one.
Yes, that was going to be the next point. Tessa Thompson coming back. Michael B. Jordan's actually going to direct this one.
I mean, he's been around long enough. He might be able to.
I mean, he probably picked up a few cues and stuff like that. So
Sure.
yeah, I mean, again, I didn't give up on the franchise after the second one. I am curious in the third one, but I'm not that excited.
I didn't give up, but yeah, I'm not excited. That's the thing. But will I watch it? Yeah, I probably will end up watching it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm talking smack. But I'm just not super excited. But hey, if it comes out, it comes out, right?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Okay,
I am
what else you got?
So my last news article, I can predict the future. Who knew? Oh, kind of. I think I brought it up I think I brought it up on Robert Rodriguez's episode of The Mandalorian. I was like, the El Rey Network, is that even a thing? Well, it's not anymore because
that sucks.
as of December 31st, it is now signed off and no longer a network. Yeah,
I guess nobody was watching it, right?
I wasn't.
Well, because they I think it was last January AT&T dropped the channel followed by Charter in September. So basically, their viewership like dipped to dipped from like 33 million viewers to like 19, 13 million viewers overall.
It should have started. It should have been a streaming from the beginning.
Yeah. After that,
have...
Univision dropped it, so basically everyone was picking up on it. So
in general, sports-only networks are on the decline. So I mean, it just sucks. I mean, even like the Cubs network, a lot of people didn't think that was the right way to go because it was going to be a network that would have to be shopped to all these cable providers. So and I always thought it should be like a streaming thing too, but for whatever reason, these people don't want to go streaming. They want to go on cable television, which doesn't make sense.
Still holding on to the past.
Yeah, but in general, I mean, all sport networks are like those paid for packages. They're going dead.
But anyway, it's like it's almost a double-edged sword, right? You could go to cable and nobody will pay for it or watch, or you could go to streaming and nobody wants to buy yet another streaming service to their arsenal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough right now because I mean, the more you nickel and dime, $5. Oh, another network, $5. Another network, $5.
Yeah.
It just gets tiresome, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the Right Network opened its doors on 2011 and closed it
It lasted a while.
Yeah,
very
had a good
of 2020.
run.
So
Had
had a
a
good
little run. It was good. I used to watch it, man. It was actually kind of cool, man. It had so much random crap that I kind of would just throw on in the background. It wasn't like I was sitting down and like attentively watching it, but it was kind of good background stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember like every New Year's they would have like the Kung Fu marathon, so they were just showing a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of Kung Fu movies all day.
Stuff I never heard of too.
Oh yeah, they pull out some great classics. I was surprised of whoever picked the movies have a very deep knowledge of these movies, and I was like, I appreciate you, sir,
Yep.
or madam, you are my hero. But everything comes to an end eventually. Maybe you'll find life again somewhere down the line, like we said, the streaming service, or this is it. But they had a good run, produced some decent stuff. Never really got a chance to take off all the way, but I mean, G4 came back in a smaller capacity.
Yeah.
We're not sure where that's going yet, but never say never. But thank you for all the good times and laughs.
But that didn't happen already, all right?
Was it?
The G4 thing didn't come back already, right?
Kind of. They're yeah, I'm not sure if they're like back, but they're starting to do promotions on Twitter and stuff like that.
Okay. I didn't see that.
I think
No,
Adam came back.
It says G4 returns in 2021, so it has not started just yet.
Yeah. So they started the marketing stuff, asking questions. Well, what's your favorite thing at G4? And like, who do you want to see come back and all that kind of stuff. I've been following that on Twitter for a while now. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I think Adam Sessler came back either for a video or he might be back. They're getting some names. People are coming back, and it's feel like the old G4 for just a second, and it's kind of nice. Oh yeah, that's it for my news. Unless we have any last minute additions, should we move into our nerd outs of the week?
Frank?
What happened?
Yeah, any more, or should we go on nerd outs?
No, that's all I have.
All right, let's go on our nerd outs. I'll go first.
Proceed.
I am. So first off, I am nerding out on. Hence, it was today that I started nerding out, but I think I'm gonna go back and watch it. Since HBO Max put in all this DC stuff, of course, whenever the animated series is in front of me, I have to put it on. And one thing I've noticed for this animated series, it's in a different order than what is given to you either on DVD or what was given to you on Blu-ray. It almost seems like it's in order this time around. Normally, when you're watching the animated series for the first off, do you guys remember what episode was always number one?
I'm looking at it now.
Oh, no, don't get... Come on, guess.
My bad, dude. I mean, no, I wouldn't be able to remember, to be honest with you.
Sonny?
I know the pilot, but I have no idea what was the first one.
But looking at what they're presenting, it doesn't seem right. That's all I could tell you.
Leather Wings.
Yep. It's like the Christmas one, right?
No, no, it's it's in the
debuted
snow.
around that time.
I don't think so. It's in the snow. I just watched it too. I don't think it's in Christmas time. But Snow and it's Man-Bat. Which one do you not agree with, Frank? The one that they normally give, or the HBO Max one?
The HBO Max one.
Why?
It's not the way I watched it, and not the way I was told it was supposed to be whenever I would watch behind the scenes or anything like that. And then I don't know about chronologically as far as story. I did rewatch it when Batman Begins came out, like in 2005. So it's been that long. So I really couldn't tell you if story-wise it makes sense to switch the order around.
So after watching Clone Wars, I'm like, I wonder if there's anything else I should be watching in order.
More open.
And of course, the Batman animated series was the first one, and no one could give me a yes or a no that there is an order to it. But everyone kind of agreed that it was almost kind of out of order for the most part, unless it was a to be continued episode. This is why I think it's in order and why they took time to do it. So the second episode has to deal with Catwoman. I forgot the title. I just watched it.
Cat in the Claw.
Cat in the Claw. Part 2 happens probably 6 episodes later or something.
Yeah.
And so I know
really weird. Keep going. Yeah, keep
so
going.
I know the series has a lot of 2-part episodes, so I wanted to see what was the next 2-part episode was. I forgot which one it is, but the next 2-part episode one goes back to back. So in doing that little kind of overlook and see kind of thing, it seems like it's in their kind of orders. Like they took the time and they thought this will fit in this.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And how the Cat in the Claw ended, it didn't end on a cliffhanger. It was there. So
it's interesting, man.
interesting.
I didn't know that they would do this. I'm guessing, Deanie and Tim are the ones who informed them about, or were involved with deciding the.
If that's true, I would have thought they did it for the Blu-ray release. And
yeah, that was what, 5 years ago, or
no, a year ago or 2 years ago.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Now, I could be wrong, and they did do it. Granted, I didn't really bust out the Blu-ray. I just wanted it for digital and just to have it. So I could be wrong, and maybe on the Blu-ray they have it in this order. But I just thought that was interesting, so I'm going to start watching it, and I want to see if it fits better with the story. Because I do realize, even in the first one, in the first episode, Leather Wings or Cat in the Claw, Batman's already established in this. And I remember in the box series, Robin shows out of nowhere. Where this one, I think the first episode where Robin, I don't think was Heart of Ice. I think it was when he went to college, when he was in college with Scarecrow. And that's a little bit down. I think Fear of Victory.
The other weird thing is the seasons.
There's only 3.
There was 4.
Yeah.
And the first one's 65 long.
Yeah. So they kind of put it in together, too.
2 is only like 20.
That's
very weird. Yeah. I don't know what the hell. But you've been watching it, you said?
No, I just started today because it was announced today. So Elena was acting a little crazy, so I put that on. She started calming down a little bit, which was kind of cool.
That's cool.
And then the next episode was Heart of Ice, and that's one of my favorite episodes since it won an Emmy. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see if I can just put it in the background or something. I haven't really finished Harley Quinn either, so. But that one I kind of have to sit down and watch because I enjoy the jokes.
Yeah, you do.
Moving from that.
That's crazy, dude.
I saw Wonder Woman, but I think we'll all talk about that probably at the last Nerd Out. I liked it. Spoiler alert. Also saw Soul, Pixar.
How's that?
But I actually, you know what? I think we talked about that in the last episode. But I liked it. And then I guess the last thing that I'm really, really nerding out on would have to be The Last of Us Part 2.
Nice.
It's one of the games that I kind of try to sneak away every time I can. And I just play it for a couple hours and just get lost in it.
Yeah.
Really trying to go around and just kind of explore the world and try to get every little thing that I could get to get the story. This one part of the story that I'm at, I was finding little clues on what happened in that little area that I was in. And it was really cool, man, because by the time you're done with that section, you actually come across the person you're reading about. And I thought that was always. I thought that was kind of like a cool touch because I actually
they don't do that much.
I think I picked every article in the game. They don't do it that much.
I mean, like in any game, it's usually like some random person you don't care about or I never meet.
Yeah. And I like in this game that there's safes, and if you get the code for the safe, you get some good stuff in there. I like it that they switch it up. So like if you come across a bank, not every bank has a safe that's accessible, or if you
Hmm.
get a safe, uh, the code sometimes is in the exact same room if you want to look at it, or the code is somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I like that. What I thought was kind of eh, you don't really need the codes. If you find a safe, you could just listen for the click.
Oh.
Like I don't know if it's my headphones. I don't think it's the
Hmm.
headphones making the choice, but I could hear the click without even looking at it sometimes.
Hmm.
Now I don't know if that's because I already found the clue and Ellie, the character, already knows what to remember, so you just
Yeah.
gotta listen for the click. I don't know. I haven't really
Hmm.
tested that
That's
out.
interesting too.
Um, but it's I'm so far I'm kind of invested into
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna say the
I
spoilers, even though it came out last year.
yeah.
Um, but I'm having a lot of fun.
It was one of my favorite games, man,
Yeah,
of that year. So I hope
it
you
was.
end up liking the whole thing.
Oh, I think this is game of the year material
It's
kind of
good
stuff
stuff,
for
man.
me. It's funny because I told Violet, I think yesterday, I came home first. No one else was home, so I went downstairs and I played. And then I came back upstairs and she's like, "What are you playing? Are you playing by yourself?" I'm like, "I'm playing Last of Us 2." And she's like, "You're playing that by yourself in the dark? Don't you get scared?" Because I made her play the first part of
Yeah, I remember
The
you said
Last of
that.
Us, and she couldn't do it. Like one thing, she doesn't play video games, and that game is very like you got to look around and stuff like that. And she was already getting anxious at the part where in the beginning where you're getting chased by the runners at
Yeah.
first. So she kind of stopped and forgave her for that. Um, but yeah, she was like, "You're getting are you not scared playing that?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I normally play during the day because that's when I have time. This is the first time I played at night,
Oh, okay.
so hopefully I'll play tonight. But I got a lot of stuff to do in the morning, so maybe not.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
Other
that's
than
cool,
that,
man.
I think that's it, man. I think that's really it. I'm
It was
trying
a
to stay
good
away
game.
from spoilers. I when I was at work, I wanted to talk about it with someone. No one, I don't think anyone there has a PlayStation 4 or
Mm.
a PlayStation because I became the PS5 guy, and I everyone expected me to shit on Microsoft when it was all PlayStation versus Xbox.
Yeah.
But I let it slip. I was like, oh yeah, with this whole pandemic going on, I'm playing The Last of Us Part Two, and it's kind of eerie on how everything looks in there. And then one of my coworkers was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh no.
wasn't it crazy when blank 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 happened?"
Oh,
And I'm like, "I told you not to talk about that. How do you know how far I am?" So it was one of
Like
those
your
things.
hours next week gonna be 12, motherfucker.
He didn't really spoil it for me though, because the
Yeah.
part he was talking about happens pretty early on.
Yeah.
Uh, but it was one of those things. Was like, I gotta keep it to myself. So I'm trying to finish this
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah, man. Finish that up. It's good.
But that's it. That's my nerd outs.
Sonny, you want to go or you want me to go?
Do you got a lot of stuff? Yeah,
Yeah,
anything?
I kind of do.
Okay.
I could run through them quick, but I have three.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, I had a lot of time this week because
Okay.
like I said, I had days off and we were at home stuck here, and work was kind of slow. So I watched two movies. I watched behind the scenes Mandalorian season 2, and I read some comics, which I haven't done for a very long time. So I'm gonna talk
Nice.
about comics. If you don't know, there's an app called Hoopla, and you can use
Blah.
your library card and get free access to audiobooks, movies, comics, music, and regular books too, which I don't read because I'm a terrible person. I only read books with pictures like comic books because I'm a big ass kid. But anyway, I read three comics. I got The Last Ronin, which is the latest Ninja Turtle
Oh yeah.
comic, and it is written by the original creators of Ninja Turtles, and it's a like far future version of it. And I don't really want to give away what the concept is, but it's kind of like darker than normal. And
Did that story finished, right? You got
no,
the
man, they delayed the hell out of it. The
holy
first
shit.
issue came out like in October, and the next one's not until February. And I think it's a 4 or 5 part, but they only released one so far. but I couldn't find it because it's hard to find, and then people were jacking it up on eBay, so I kind of just gave up. But Hoopla has it for free, and if you can find a physical copy, you can find that. But yeah, anyway, I read it. I really did enjoy it. I have been kind of a lifelong Ninja Turtle fan. It's kind of insane to me sometimes when I think about it. I'm like, how the hell did this survive so long? Like, I mean, this has been around since early 80s, right? So
Yep.
anyway, this
Nope.
really sparked me as far as like when I read that, I was like, damn, there's so many series I want to read. There's still a lot of great creators out there, even outside of superheroes. So I read Usagi Yujimbo, which is kind of related to TMNT, but not really. It's
Usagi Yujimbo.
basically, yeah, it's like an anthropomorphic bunny samurai.
Right.
So I read 2 volumes of that, about 300 pages worth, and it's the original like 80s versions of it. There's like 20 volumes.
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna read them all.
Um,
Not that I'm not enjoying them, but I
I
don't
mean, if
think I'm
you
gonna read 20
get them.
volumes.
Like, I bought the first omnibus,
Yeah,
and after that, it's like people jack the shit out of those the books. Like,
like
you
they
want to
messed
like
them up.
no, like the physical copies. Like, if you want omnibus 2, it's gonna cost you like $80,
Hmm.
100. I'm
I'm
like,
not surprised.
why can't I have good nice things? Why can't you let me have this jerk?
I
But
mean, I will say the quality is pretty good. The stories are good and they're engaging, and I could see a lot of things taking inspiration from it. There's it's a lighthearted but also serious tone, and I like the comic art style where it's still good, but it's not super like detailed. It's kind of just fun and
yeah,
quick. But I am liking that too. So I read both of those, and I read Punisher Kill Crew, which is during the latest event, which is War of the Realms, where a bunch of like of Asgard's enemies kind of like poured into Earth, and
mm,
they started a massive war on Earth against like the Avengers and the X-Men.
that's it.
But this is Punisher's way of dealing with that event while all that's going on.
Sure.
And the I just liked it a lot because it was like over the top. It's
Mm,
very comic booky as far as he like goes on these crazy adventures that is obviously not possible for a more grounded character, but this is kind of they just have fun with it. And he basically what he wants to do is get get revenge for any families who were killed or hurt or created orphans from all the war that was happening. So he's going around hunting trolls, hunting like the Jotunheim like frost giants,
mm,
and anybody on his list. Basically, he makes like a list, and he's like, "You guys created these orphans on Earth. I'm gonna get some payback for them." So he goes
oh,
around killing them and shooting them, cutting their heads off. It's pretty gory, but it's really funny at times because he teams up with some really unorthodox characters. He ends up finding Foggy Nelson, and he like forces him to join him, and then like they rescue Juggernaut from because you know how he has like a magical crystal,
mm,
Juggernaut. The like some of these Asgardian evildoers or whatever. Not, I don't think they're Asgardian. They're from other realms and they're evil,
yeah,
but they're
mm,
after that crystal, and he helps him, and then he's like, okay, I'll help you out. So he gains like these allies across the way, and it's just like a big, ridiculous, funny, gory adventure. So I ended up liking it a lot, and it's a quick read, and it's great art, and it's funny, like I said, and it kind of had like a good message as far as the story at the end. So I was kind of surprised. But anyway, I kind of got into comics a lot with those three. So if you have any interest, check those out. The last two I'm going to do quick. Mando season 2 making of. It just
mm,
dropped, I believe, this past Friday. I think I told you guys about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as long as the other one, which was like 8 parts or something, or 6 parts. But I think this is like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and you get a lot of good insight into the back, behind the scenes, how they did this. Um,
But this
Man, they
is
did a
episode
lot for
one,
this.
is it not?
What happened?
It's
Oh, I
episode
don't know. I don't know if this is a one and done because it covers almost the entire season.
I think this is episode 1.
Okay. If it is, great, because it's just as good as the behind the scenes for season 1. But I felt like they covered a little bit of every episode. But they could definitely do more. I'm sure there's a lot more to show and tell. But there's a lot of great insights as far as some of the design choices, some of the monsters, where they came up with everything. So I very much recommend you watching that, especially if you're having Mando withdrawals. So check that out. That's really good. It's on Disney Plus. And if they have more, I'll definitely watch more. The other, okay, so I guess I'll just give you one last one. It's
Sure,
called
good.
Hidden. It's a
I'm
movie
sorry, what?
called Hidden. Ever heard of it?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm gonna tell you something at the end, but I was very surprised to hear this information. But me and Nicole usually struggle to find something to watch. Like we browse for a long time, and we're like, oh, I don't want to watch any of this crap, and stuff like that. But for some reason, she had this title in her head, Hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, whatever, sure. And so we put it on, and man, it ended up being pretty kind of cool. It is a post-apocalypse movie, which might make you roll your eyes, but it has a really interesting twist at the end. I thought it was like a very unique twist that I've never seen, um, and I liked it. And even leading up to that, the story that is presented without that twist is impactful and personal, and it's well shot, and it is low budget, but it's one of those low budgets where they do such a great job make stretching their money and using creative cinematography and tactics to make their film look even better than what the resources they had. But at the end, yeah, I was like, wow, that was actually a cool twist. I enjoyed the movie the whole time through, so I would recommend it to you guys. But what surprised me at the end credits, it said directed and written by the Duffer Brothers. And I was like, the Duffer Brother, Stranger Things, what the hell? So I was, I was like really surprised. I didn't know they were behind it. I knew they did like shorts or maybe even full length stuff before Stranger Things, but I never, their name was never as big as it is now. But watching this after Stranger Things was interesting, and yeah, man, it was pretty good. That's all I could really say. I would recommend you guys watch it. It is older. It's like 2015 or something.
What is it
Oh,
called again?
Hidden.
let's see here.
It's good stuff. I would definitely think you guys would like it.
With Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
interesting.
all the actors do a great job. Story is there. The twist is ends up being good. So I enjoyed it. Good one.
This looks familiar. Did I work at? No, I don't think I work there yet anymore. Okay.
Yeah, that's all
Okay.
I got, guys.
Very cool. Very cool. Well,
There's a lot, but I had
uh,
time on my hands.
I watched I watched a ton of stuff because
Cool.
trying to catch up on some movies that I missed for 2020 before we make our best of list. So I watched a shit ton of stuff. Um, some I will rapid fire. I don't want to get into too much detail of them. I think some you need to just watch it, just watch it.
Okay.
Um, Start off with Gemini Man. It came out 2019, but it had a couple people that were in there I wanted to see, and it is average at best.
Mm.
The action's good in it. Will Will Smith is fine.
Hmm.
The turn with the main character, or I guess the antagonist, uh, I was like, that just seems like came out of left field, but okay, sure. Mary Elizabeth Weinstein is in it as well. Big fan of hers. I think she did great. She was kicking butt. Will Smith always kicking butt. He's really good at the action stuff in here. Uh, I feel like they're trying to say something with the movie, like a quasi high concept sci-fi film with like action. I don't think they really panned out that well because
Yeah.
this a movie that was like shopped around for years before like Will Smith actually made it. It was I could be exaggerating, but like 10 years it was getting passed around like it was one of those scripts
Jesus.
that people wanted, but no one was making it, and it was
Mm.
like Will Smith was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna do it." Okay, cool. But
He's like, please
yeah,
make this. Oh, fine, I'll make it.
yeah, and I think some of the tones in there could have been more expanded upon because
Hmm.
there's different things that deal with the different things they deal with their the concepts, but one of the concepts is old versus new or new versus old, and you never really get that feeling with Will Smith because it's Will Smith. He never really comes off as old, which is funny because they did a better job in Bad Boys 2 than they did in this movie, or Bad Boys 3. I'm sorry. Um, it never really lived up to the concept that it was trying to put out there. But
Yeah.
it's a decent action film because
Hmm.
again the action it actually is pretty good. That I will give it that.
Yeah. The
It just
trailers
kind
made
of
it seem like it.
yeah, it just kind of drags his feet at a certain point. I'm just like end, please. So it's an average Sunday lazy day movie. Just pop it on if it's on TNT or something like that, or if it's on Netflix, watch it. Um,
Yeah.
The next one I saw was Rogue, starring Megan Fox. Came out this year.
Hmm.
She is hired. Her and her team are hired to rescue a kidnapped ambassador's daughter or president's daughter, some higher up's daughter.
Yeah.
And they end up kind of botching the job a little bit, and they end up getting stranded in between some rogue lions that are being trafficked and the gang of guys that want the girls back.
Hmm.
This movie from the cover and Megan Fox trying to be a badass ex-soldier, you would think, wow, this is god awful, and you're kind of right, but in a good way.
Hmm.
The action is actually surprisingly pretty decent for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Uh, the lines look like trash, but they're not in it that much, you know. But it kind of adds to the charm of the shittiness of this movie. There are a couple actors in there that actually do good job acting. I'm like, you don't belong here, but um, yeah, it just it's one of those like bad B movies that's kind of good to watch. Like again, like maybe you want to pop a couple beers, kick back and laugh. Oh, it's so stupid, but it's kind of cool. It's a fun movie. I'm not gonna say, oh, this is a instant classic. It's not, but it's fun enough. I
Rogue,
think,
right? You said?
yeah, Rogue. I think Megan Fox gets a better rap, especially after what was the movie? Jennifer's Body and a couple others.
Hmm.
Um,
Kind of crazy how she dropped off the map.
it was partially not her fault. There was a lot of people like, "Oh, you're this and that," or "Oh, you're just spreading lies," and how dare you say that about Michael Bay? But it's true. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, fuck you. um,
Fuck you anyway,
yeah,
right?
I think she got short end of the stick. Like she came back, a little bit with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies,
Oh, I
and
forgot about
yeah,
that.
she's been popping up a little more stuff lately. So hopefully she can get her career back on track because I think she got short end of the stick.
Hmm.
But yeah, again, this is uh, a, a lazy day watch. If you have a couple of friends over and you have like a movie night, some pizza and beer, it's a decent one to put on.
Hmm. Okay.
Next one is Honest Thief with Liam Neeson.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
we
Forgot
we
about
talked
this.
about Liam Neeson, I think last week or something like that. How like half his fall into like really good or really bad. This just falls in the middle.
Hmm.
It's not great. It's it's definitely one of the average Liam Neeson movies. You can totally pass on this. Yeah, that's all I can really say. It's
That's it, huh?
it, it, it is a movie.
Oh
Um,
shit. Okay.
it's shot well.
All right, man.
Uh,
Well, I know that I don't have much to watch then, based on this.
yeah, yeah, I would watch Honest Thief again. Um, Moving on to that, I
Okay.
watched
What is it?
um,
Free?
Freaky,
Oh, Freaky. Yeah.
with what's the tall
Vince
guy?
Vaughn.
Thank you, Vince
Yeah,
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
I'm bad with names.
I
Faces,
saw
I
this
can
one too.
do all day. This one that was actually really good. I
Yeah,
really enjoyed this.
pretty
Kind of
good.
has like a Happy Death Day feel to it a little bit.
Same director, ain't it?
I want to say yes.
Hmm.
Again, I remember skimming through an article saying that this takes place in the same universe as Happy Death Day, something like that. So there might be a crossover, or they want to do a crossover, something like that. But this movie is about a young teenager who is, oh, she's not popular and she's not cute, even though she just fixes her hair and changes her
Yeah.
shirt, and she's the hottest thing in the world. Uh, so there's like those type of tropes in there, but they kind of
Hmm.
play with it. And then it turns into like a Freaky Friday type of deal, except she gets transferred into the body of a killer, and the killer gets transferred into her body. And there's some actually really good gags where like the killer as a girl, she's like, why is his body so useless? Because he's used to being really strong and overpowering people, and he can't do shit in like in this little teenage girl's body. He gets pissed, so he has to come up with new ways to kill people. Um, the movie doesn't overstay its welcome. I don't think it's that long. It comes in, does its jokes. It is pretty gory. Um,
Yeah.
some good kills in there. Some nice effects. This one is definitely high out of everything I watched. Um, this gets a high recommendation, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're into like horror comedy stuff, this is r- pretty much up there. Um,
Hmm.
I thought Vince Vaughn was really good in it.
Yeah.
He
He was
he
good.
made me laugh. It was good.
Good movie, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. Um, Next one I saw. I just want to talk about this one just for a little bit longer. Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf. Um,
Tax Collector. This year did it come out?
yeah, this year. So remember when we talked earlier, like my love hate relationship with like trailers. The trailer for Tax Collector made it seem like this was like Shia LaBeouf's movie. It was gonna be like this gritty action film take place in L.A. with like cartels stuff like that. Not really.
Yeah.
Um, and the reason why like I was thinking about it is because I was watching this YouTube channel. They're called uh, Film Jab. They were talking about tax collector, like what went wrong? How can we fix it?
Hmm.
And I was thinking that too is like make the movie about Shia LaBeouf. Um, because in this film the main character is he's a tax collector for his father who runs a cartel that they don't ever name names, but they're from south of the border. So
Yeah.
um, and he's portrayed as this family man, and oh he believes in God and he's so holy, but he will threaten a guy and say, hey, shoot his balls off or shoot him in the face if you don't pay taxes. And the actor is not he's not a bad actor, but he just doesn't pull this role off very well, like a tough guy. Just
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I shut up, just shut up, sit down. Um, I think they could have easily fixed this movie if they shift the focus to Shia LaBeouf's character, because they spend the first quarter, maybe in the first half of the movie, building him up as this like boogeyman, like you do not want to fuck with him. Like if it comes down to it, he's gonna burn down the whole world type of character.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna say he goes out like a bitch, but he's like, oh, you're just gonna take him out like that? Oh shit! Well, that was a waste of a good character. I
Hmm.
think if they focused on him, where like because throughout the film he kind of questions like he's like, bro, he's like, I ain't going, he's like, I don't believe in God, I'm going to hell, man. Like all the shit I did, there's no saving me. They could have played that into like him reading the Bible because of his friend, the nice tax guy who would kill you. He could have read it like, oh, maybe I'm Michael the archangel. Maybe I was here to be, a soldier and a weapon, and the guy's family gets kidnapped, and now he has to step in and be like a holy soldier. So something like
Yeah.
that. It would have made this movie a lot better because I love David Ayer stuff. He's one of my favorite
Oh, this
directors.
is by him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like he wrote Training Day. He
Oh.
directed Sabotage and a lot of other stuff. He has some hits and misses, like Bright. Like Bright's not a good movie, but I enjoy it a lot. Uh,
Was that his last one, or?
Tax Collectors. I think Bright was his second movie, or like right before this one. Uh,
Oh, I think I saw this cover. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's good. If you like David Ayer, if you like that
Hmm.
like L.A. gangster stuff, like a
Uh-huh.
good crime film, it's not bad. It just, I think it was. I think they put the wrong character in front. Uh,
Yeah.
Tyler should have run the show.
Is
Again, hated on.
Shia like trying to be Mexican or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at some of the photos, yeah.
It's funny,
You know, the last good movie like this to me was End of Watch.
and that was David Ayer too. So,
It was. Ah, okay, I didn't know that.
oh, and this I found out through the film jab guys. So
Mm-hmm.
David Ayer actually came from a rich family that lived in Maine, um, like the richest part of Maine. Like
Hmm.
had to have like, but his parents actually kicked him out of the house when he was young, so he was forced to move across the country to live with his cousins who lived in L.A.
Hmm.
in the ghetto in the bad parts.
Hmm.
So that's why
That's
all of his
crazy.
movies take place in LA with
Oh, because he knows
gang war.
that.
That's where he grew up at. Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
thought it was pretty cool.
That's interesting background, man.
Yeah.
Man, they
um,
they like wow. Did they just pull a like Fresh Prince on his ass or what?
a
Like reverse Prince Fresh Prince?
reverse this.
You know what, motherfucker? You could have go live with your fucking ghetto ass fucking family. Holy crap, that's funny, man. He's got a
Funny,
reverse Fresh
but
Prince life. That's crazy as hell.
it works for him.
Oh my god,
Uh,
man. No wonder. Like I'm like, what? Why does this guy write this stuff?
yeah, I mean, if you look at his filmography, I think everything. I think no, because I think Sabotage took place in Atlanta, but majority of his films takes place in LA.
And that
With
was him too?
yeah,
I gotta
Sabotage.
say, man, after learning that, he's pretty hit or miss.
Oh yeah. He's very hit or miss, but I
Yeah.
typically enjoy even the bad stuff. Like Three Kings is like one of those like it
I
shouldn't
like
be
that movie. I don't know why.
it shouldn't be good, but it is actually kind of good. um,
Especially with
and
Keanu's silly ass.
oh shit, I love his movies, really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tax Collector I think was a missed opportunity for something really cool, but um, I would still give it a watch. It's
Can I
not
ask
like
you
terrible.
something? Do you know that Bright 2 has been announced?
Yes,
Oh my god, I think that's kind of funny.
which is weird because I mean,
Oh, he did the SWAT screenplay too.
yes,
Dark
yeah,
Blue, Training Day, Fast
Hot
and Furious
Rod,
1 screenplay?
yeah, he did that too.
Huh.
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting.
We got
I did not know all that about him. Like
oh
some
yeah,
of that. It makes total sense.
it does.
Harsh Times. Yeah, I never saw that, but I did see the trailer. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's I think that's the sleeper. Like a lot of people pass on that movie, but it is
Yeah.
actually really it's like one of his
The
best.
only reason it came on my radar is because that's when I discovered Bale
Hmm.
because of
Yeah,
Begins,
nice.
and then yeah, Fury. Fury was very good.
Oh, I love Fury.
Training
Yeah,
Day, obviously, great movie. There was a Training Day TV series,
I
which I feel like I heard about, but
I
I didn't
remember
know.
that. I think it was on Fox.
Oh man,
Did not
that
last
is
long.
weird. Well,
Fox Hill.
nothing on Fox lasts.
No. Oh man.
What else? Tax Collector, yeah, that just came out.
Yeah.
He's working on the Wild Bunch script.
Yeah, which is so weird because again, I love that
Very
movie,
interesting.
and I kind of
Yeah,
I kind of actually want to see his take on that.
I mean, this guy has a pretty big resume, man. Director, producer, writer,
Yeah.
and for some pretty big hits. I mean, for the last, what, 20 years? Maybe more.
Uh, at least 20. He definitely pumping out some good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. 2000, man, Training Day is 2001. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I like David Ayer, and I almost secretly liked him because I didn't know he was involved in some of these projects.
Yeah, yeah. You were very shocked, and it's like, oh shit, you did that? Wow.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
funny how like Suicide Squad, he had to throw in a guy from LA,
yeah.
the fire guy. What's his name?
Uh, uh,
Bruno or
Diablo.
Fuego or something. Diablo.
That's the song. Thing.
That's hilarious.
I ain't gonna use my flames, bro. No, man. Oh shit. Even in Fury, Fargo, the scene where he gets drunk, he comes in with a chain and top hat. Hey, Holmes, what's up? Like, Jesus Christ. Even in World War II, you got to have a cholo in there.
Wait, he himself was in it?
No,
Oh.
Michael Pena's character.
Oh, okay.
He, they just want to battle. They get drunk, and he comes in with like a fucking gold chain and a top and chain. He's like, "Orderly, what's up?" Like, Jesus, even there's cholos in World War II.
I mean, how far back does Cholo culture go? Like 40s, 30s?
Yeah, something like that.
So it was
I
probably like historically maybe would make sense.
because the Zusu riots was like what in the 30s, 40s.
I don't
So,
know. I didn't
and,
even know they had riots. I thought they
uh,
just fucking bounced around on
no, yeah,
lowriders.
no. I mean,
So they were like activists at some point.
no, like Zoot Suit was the thing was like it started off as like a black thing where like those
Mm.
suits like the real long ones, but then like it
Zoot
became
Suit
part of like
riots 43.
43. So yeah, so okay, yeah, it still makes sense. It's just funny like
I know, right? You can't let it go.
you just
Like,
it's like
dude, I gotta throw that in there.
you got to give him the gold chain. You got to make
It's
him
in the
look like.
DC universe. It's freaking everywhere.
So, but yeah, just
um,
love it.
I kind of want to watch it. I don't know. Maybe
Check it out. I mean, like,
tax collector, right?
yeah, like if you got like $3.99, you could rent it pretty much on every platform for like $4.
Is
It's
Shia LaBeouf like in it a lot or not really?
like the first half of the film.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like I
I
said,
mean, is this like the polar opposite of Sicario, or like what? Like what the hell's the tone here?
it's weird because like because like it's weird. It goes from like really dark and serious to just like it's comedic by accident just because they're so LA. It's
Yeah,
like, damn, I can't tell if
like
you're
too
being a serious
ridiculous.
just, yeah, or that's just actually how you talk. I can't fucking tell. Um, it's kind of funny sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird little balance, but
it is
like I
weird.
said, it's not his best work, but I wouldn't say like it's like absolute trash. So the last two things I'm gonna talk about real quick.
Okay.
Hunter x Hunter. I watched that today.
Okay.
Oh boy. I really enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
I seen a lot of people put it on their top 10 list, so I was like, I gotta watch it,
Damn it.
see what's up about it. And I will say, I mean, for I guess I can easily see it being a slow burn for a lot of people, but for me, they like the camera work, the music, the acting, it all made me invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending is like a what the fuck, kind of like holy. Um, how I'm trying to put it in, sum it up without giving away the ending or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think on IMDb just says like uh, this family's living out in the woods when they find out that a wolf that is terrorizing them in the past comes back. So
Mm-hmm.
now they have to hunt it down and kill it. And
Mm-hmm.
then other stuff happens. I'm not gonna say what. Um,
Okay.
pretty good, very good. Uh, it may or may not be on my top 10 list. Who knows? We'll see.
Mm.
But
We'll see.
I it's the ending.
Now that Booksmart 2 comes out.
That's right, because Endgame will never make my list.
Oh
Um,
my god.
um, the,
Booksmart too.
the ending kind of it stuck for a little bit after I saw it. I was like, what would you do in that case? It's like, Jesus Christ, and then you kind of think about it, and it's like, oh, I feel dirty. I don't want to. I don't want to think about this anymore. Um,
But
yeah.
the wolf is not like anything supernatural, though, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
I will
reminds
say
me of like the Lion movie.
I, I will say watch it after you watch it. There's a clip on a YouTube video you should watch it. It's he got a test screener for it, and the director actually had a note that goes, "Hey, this is what was the purpose behind me doing this movie." And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and it kind of like, oh, I get it now, like 100% what you're trying to do.
Mm.
And I don't want to say here because like it does affect your
Okay.
viewing on
Like
it, but
impression of it.
yeah, or like what we was trying to do. But again, I have a tendency of hyping things up that I really enjoy and love that I will
I
absolutely,
do that too.
but check it out for yourselves if you want.
Sounds
I
like something I want to check out.
this isn't for like a general audience type of movie. It's not Fast and Furious, but it is a damn good movie, and I can see why people are putting it on the list. Um,
Yeah.
last thing I
Okay.
saw because I watched a lot of shit. um, Christopher
Yep.
Nolan's Tenet. Oh boy, I love this movie.
Did you see it, Manny, or no?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
um,
No spoilers here.
yeah, from the trailer, it dealt with some like sci-fi concepts, and I was like, that's fucking cool. And the way they explain it and the
Mhm.
way they actually go about doing it to me was like, that's fucking cool. It's like thinking
Mm.
outside the box. The first hour of the film is like a straight like spy film. Um, but I will say the first hour, listen to everything that they're saying from places and events and stuff that's going on because it all actually plays into it later, and it's stuff that just kind of like because this movie is like 2 hours and 29 minutes, but it moves at
It's
a
pretty long.
uh, neck break speed where there's no time to slow down. This is what you need to know and go 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 go.
Yeah.
I could see people watching this a couple times to get everything in, but I really
Yeah.
enjoy sitting there like thinking like how because like they kind of explain what's going on like in the first like 20 minutes like oh this is how it works and you have to think of it this way and don't think outside the box and then I'm thinking like this fight scene is cool but it makes no sense how do we do this and how do we get there when this is like so and
Yeah.
so then
Yeah.
it starts to actually come together and piece itself. I'm like that's fucking cool.
Mm.
As someone who loves sci-fi and all that kind of stuff, this like I was sitting there like I was like it's fucking cool because
Mm.
again like the way he makes films, the way he goes about being a director, even just storytelling, he wants to tell something different. He doesn't want to do what everyone else has done. He wants to do something different and approach it from a different way.
Yeah.
And I think Tenet does that again.
Mm.
Um, I think we talked about it in the past where his films, I won't say majority, but a good number of them are hard to go back and watch a lot, or they don't age that well over time in some way, shape, or form. Like you can only watch it a handful of times. I
Yeah.
think he's gotten better with that because I've seen um, Interstellar at least 4 times, and I've loved it every time. 1917 I
That's
saw a
like
couple
peak
times.
Nolan for me.
Yeah, it was amazing. Um, 1917 I've seen a couple times, and it's still really good, and it still is intense if you have like a good TV with a good sound system. It is
That's by him?
Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
No, it's not by Nolan.
Oh no, I'm
Which
sorry.
one?
What?
Oh.
That's Dunkirk. Yeah.
Ooh, Dunkirk. I'm sorry, Dunkirk. Thank you. I
Yeah.
get those.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
get those
know,
two
me
mixed
too.
up.
Actually, yeah.
The Dunkirk again. I've seen that multiple times as well, and mwah, sound mixing there is great. It sounds
Good. I
awesome.
saw it in theaters. I never saw it again, even though I liked it.
Yeah, it was very good. Like that. Like oh, and it's also World War II, so I could watch it more.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, I see myself going back and watching this a few times because I think it was really good.
Yeah.
Uh, again, without getting any spoilers or anything like that, because I know
Yeah. I mean, I don't even want to say too much
you-
because, nah, man, I wasn't on the same boat as you.
yeah, I think that because we went to the comic book shop and we went to get some paints for our custom stuff, and you were like, "Man, Tenet's a piece of trash. I hate it." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And at
Yeah.
that point, I haven't seen it yet, so I was like, Oh shit! I'm
I
gonna
think
watch a bad movie right now.
Nolan has soured on me the more time goes on,
Ooh.
which might be part of why I didn't enjoy this.
Mm.
Because I
I
got
just
tired of the way he does things. I don't agree with how he does them. Like, does he do it better than me? Yeah, fucking 5,000,000% better than I could ever do it. But I still don't like it though.
yeah.
And it's the same problems I've seen in the Dark Knight movies and a few of
Mm.
the other ones that I don't appreciate from him. And I kind of get annoyed that it's like, oh, here's the gimmick. Look at this word. If you say it backwards, it spells the same thing. It's like silly gimmick. I don't know. I'm not on board. So I want to see what Manny thinks. But
I'll try to watch it this week.
yeah, I wasn't really thrilled by it.
Oh, I know. Cause
It
like,
was just to me, man. I was just looking forward to it, and it just didn't do what I wanted.
yeah, cause I went into it going like you didn't like him, like, man, it's gonna suck.
And I hate to
I'm
tell
gonna
you guys what I think before you see it, but
but I was thoroughly happy with it. So
mhm.
again, maybe not make my list. Who knows? Guys, stay tuned. Um, and that's it. Last thing is I watched
You
Super
saw
Jail
what?
in one night HBO. Crazy
Super
ass show.
chill. That's
That's
hilarious,
it.
man.
That's it. I watched a lot.
All right,
I still
man.
got more to watch.
Yeah, it
Oh my
looks like
god.
we had more. We all had more time this week
Yeah.
for stuff. That's good. And I think we want to do a top movie TV list soon, right? Maybe in the next
Yes.
2 weeks.
Something like
Yeah. So we'll do that.
yeah.
I have maybe 5 more movies I'd like to watch, just so that I could have a good like spread or
Mhm.
like a lot of options, basically,
Yeah.
to make a list.
Cool. So we'll do that. Do we have anything else to add to Nerd Outs, or should we move on to our main topic? And are we gonna
Holy
do
crap!
spoilers for that topic?
Oh my god, I completely forgot about Wonder Woman.
I did too.
I was
I
about to tell
completely forgot.
I was about to tell Sonny, okay, where can they find us, Sonny?
Yep, me too.
We could go pretty quick through
Let's do a
Wonder
quick
Woman.
one. Let's do
Uh,
like ratings and like quickly,
okay,
like, did you like it? Did you not? Why? Why
yeah.
not?
So, Sonny, what did you rate Wonder Woman out of 10?
I give it a 6.5.
Frank, what'd you rate it?
I was gonna say 7.
I will give it a 6.
Yeah.
I would give it a 6. So
You
we're
know,
all
I asked our friend Raul, who's like the biggest
okay.
Justice League DC Wonder Woman fan. He said 7.2. So him putting a 7.2 kind of put it in perspective for me that even a mega fan only gave it a 7.2.
I didn't have a lot of problems with the film.
Not too bad. It
Granted,
wasn't bad.
I don't know the story behind, like, I don't know Wonder Woman's history like I do Batman's history and her
Right.
rogue gallery and all that. Um, but that was kind of refreshing going into this, so I just kind of buckled in and just went for the ride. I really did like Pedro Pascal's character for whatever reason. I think it might be
Did
because
you?
I like Pascal to begin with.
You started to
So
annoy the hell out of me.
really, yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it. I liked it all the way through.
Hmm.
I wanted to see more of him, and for whatever gimmicky, stupid reason, I like the idea that. Are we going to spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone basically saw it. I like the idea that he took over the stone, and I know
He
they've
became it or whatever.
yeah, I know they've done that other stuff before, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I never really watched it. So when he did that, I'm like, oh,
It was a weird
it's one.
wish, right?
It was one of those things. It was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
It's like I want to be
Um,
home.
yeah, I read other stuff like Cheetah really didn't get the limelight, and
I don't
her
think.
character wasn't
Yeah, it
really
wasn't
fleshed
fair.
out. Um, whatever. Like, I mean, Cheetah was awesome, and I think Wig did a good job.
She did.
Um,
This is the first time I've ever liked her in anything.
ooh, oh, that's a low blow.
But I haven't seen enough of her, I think. I'm not trying to say she's garbage or anything. I'm just saying like this is the first time I was ever like, wow, she's pretty good.
You gotta watch her in her like Saturday Night Live days and Bridesmaid and
Okay,
stuff like that.
that's stuff I've never watched.
She's
So.
not a huge movie star, but she's good at what she does. When
Yeah.
she really gets
No,
into
she
it,
was
she's
great in
really
this, I
go around.
think.
But
She
yeah,
did get the short end though.
I had no problems with it. I actually thought the twist was since I forgot Cheetah's real name or character name. Do you remember her actual name?
I don't know.
I forgot her name. But anyway, when Kristen Wiig's character Cheetah wished to be more like Diana,
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was draining Diana's powers,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that was kind of lost. And like the storytelling wasn't the greatest because it was kind of left up like, oh, what is this stone doing?
Yeah.
I think I almost liked the fact that that it was draining her powers instead of the stone taking something from you when you wish for something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things, or like the thing too, like when Maxwell, Lord Maxwell, whatever his name is, Pascal's character,
Yeah.
when he would make someone wish something, he was like, okay, and now I'm taking this from you. Like,
Hmm.
I guess you know what? Now that I'm saying it out loud, I mean, Diana didn't really say, "Okay, you can take my power." She didn't agree to that, so I
No.
guess they don't have to agree to it. Okay, whatever. I'm fine with it. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. Did you guys see the? Well, before I go into that, what did you guys think of it?
Tony, you
Um,
want to go?
yeah, I'll go. I like part of it. I really like Wonder Woman as a character and as a superhero. I
Mm-hmm.
think she's like the definition of what it should be. This is why I have a problem with Superman the way he's portrayed in, uh, for Zack Snyder and even, yeah, because he directed Man of Steel, correct? And it was just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The reason why I have a big problem with him is because it's not Superman. This Wonder Woman is a hero in my eyes. This is the definition of what it should be because even when she loses her powers in the White House and Wig is beating up the guards, she's doing everything in her power to make sure that they're okay. She's, last one to make sure they don't crack their head on the wall. They're, she's trying to save as many people from getting more hurt as necessary, even putting herself in more harm.
Mm-hmm.
And she gives up her wish, knowing that she'll never be fully happy.
She
And,
gave it up
and
pretty readily, right?
well,
For
she
the
knew
greater good, basically.
and that's also with heroes that they're never fully happy ever in their life because their life is dedicated to being a superhero. They're
Funny
like,
thing
Mm-hmm.
about being a superhero with that, she didn't really care that she took over or that her boyfriend took over some other random guy's life and basically did the nasty with him and not caring about it.
"Hmm, yeah, that happens too in stories.
The
Because again,
nest.
like, I mean, she when
And she
when
saw him
she
at
made
the
the
end.
wish with the stone, when she made the wish stone, she didn't know it was a real thing. She didn't know what was going on. They were she was just so thrilled to have him back because it was like at least oof, how
What's
many
it
years?
been?
70 years.
30,
But
30, 40
Yeah,
70.
years?
No,
yeah,
70,
a
isn't
long
it?
time. It was one
Oh,
of
from World War One.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a
Holy
long
crap.
time. So she's just kind of going through life, and then I was like, yeah, that if you haven't seen someone in 70 years, then all of a sudden they're back to life, you're gonna be like, I don't care. I'm gonna spend this time because this is too good to be true.
I just thought at the end it was kind of weird that you see the guy again and Diana basically saw this fucking guy naked and like, oh yeah, that looks good on you.
Oh, that was kind of pointless too.
Yeah.
They just walked away from each other. They didn't even
I don't think it was pointless because I mean, it might be a
like why
little.
though?
I don't think it was heavy. It was a little heavy-handed, but it was like and like the way she beats Max Lord is not by punching him in the face or by
Oh yeah,
being stronger, stronger than him.
She will like her will was
She
stronger.
will and truth, and like she actually talks him off the ledge and talks to everyone else. Like, listen, what you're wishing for is causing all this harm and drama. Well, yes, we all share the same pain. We all go through the same stuff, but that's what makes us like human, and that's what makes us, who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to get past all that. That kind of stuff I really enjoy.
Yeah, and I don't think it was her or her performance or her character that was the
Oh, yeah.
problem.
I think
No.
she was.
It was
I
just
thought she
a little too long. I mean, I was like,
was.
the
Yeah.
Maxwell thing was taking over, and it wasn't something I wanted. Like, I don't know. And he was starting to annoy me the way he's just like sensationalizing, like screaming the whole time. I'm like, God, just stop screaming. Like, shut up. Like, I don't know. I couldn't deal with that. And, uh, I mean, there wasn't enough action, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Violet thought it was boring.
It was kind of boring, man.
I can.
It was good, but it wasn't horrible. The score stuck out to me. The first one, the one with they're doing the games.
Mm-hmm.
That song, man, was stuck in my head for so long. I was like, damn, that's awesome. Like, I just liked it a lot. It was a great scene and everything. I wanted more of that, but I know that's not really the point.
So the funny thing is that scene was supposed Warner Brothers wanted that scene cut, or they wanted the mall
What?
scene cut.
What?
They almost made Patty Jenkins choose which
Oh,
scene
come
was to be
on.
cut because they thought it was too long.
Neither one.
Yeah, no, obviously not. Either one was not
Saves
cut.
you 2 minutes or saves you 8 minutes?
I thought it was a little more than that.
That wasn't that wouldn't save you from anything.
Did you guys catch the Easter egg that I alluded to last week?
No, I don't think I did.
What? No one?
No.
No.
What is it?
Oh no! So the scene at the end, the climax, when she's like, "Guys, what you're wishing for is not right." Yeah, whatever.
Oh, she's trying to convince everyone to
Correct. The
renounce.
music that is playing is A Beautiful Lie. The Beautiful Lie is from Batman vs. Superman, the very first song you hear when it's basically saying Batman's origin for that universe.
There's no way I could have ever in a million years
Oh,
remembered that because I've only seen the movie twice.
I
I hit
guess.
the button. No, I don't
There's
care.
no way.
I guess it's because I listened to that soundtrack so much
I hear you.
that I really liked it. And I mean,
When you get into a soundtrack, you freaking get
I've
into a soundtrack.
I've watched the movie more times than you guys, obviously.
Hmm.
So the scene that you're gonna see the most, even if you don't finish the movie, is the beginning sequence of it. So that's what kind of stuck out to me, and I thought that was very, very, very interesting. And I go back thinking, oh, is this when? No, because he wouldn't be.
And
Yeah, maybe. Is
I
this
thought
when?
that scene didn't work. Like outside of the music, I didn't think it worked because there's no chance in hell people would renounce their wishes on that scale.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no way.
I
There's
don't
no damn
know.
way.
Well, I mean, shit was
Or-
going off
Yeah.
scale, man.
You were gonna die in 4 minutes.
Some people are me first. They don't care if the whole world is going to hell.
Yeah, but you weren't gonna enjoy all your wishes because
If the world's
fucking bombs
destroyed.
were going.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. The nukes are flying and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I sometimes like poke holes where there isn't one, but I didn't really think it through.
I mean that's not really a hole to poke at. It's more of like your thought process of like
Yeah.
would that happen? Because like if you really
Right.
want to talk about poking holes, like how does she able to?
I guess I
Kind of
saw it as
difficult,
like
but-
just her words alone wouldn't be enough. And I think that's true, but with what you guys are layering on top is I wasn't thinking through what else was going on. So with, both of them combined, yeah, it would make sense. But I think her words alone wouldn't be enough.
Did you guys see the after credits or the mid credit scene as well?
I didn't know there was one.
with Shannon Carter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes, I did see it. I'm
I
sorry.
loved it. It was so cool. It kind
Linda Carter.
Loved it is a strong word. I wouldn't say loved it.
I thought it was interesting how she's the Golden Warrior, right? Basically.
Yeah, there you go. Good shit.
Yeah.
How did you know that without watching it? Was it that fucking?
What do you mean? Oh, I know I did watch it. I just forgot.
Oh, okay.
I'm so stupid. I
I
forgot.
thought,
Yeah.
man, dude, I'm so like into this multiverse stuff. I kind of went into it. I almost lost my head for a
That's kind of
second.
cool,
I'm like,
actually.
oh, they're hinting the multiverse. Because I thought she
Oh,
was still going to play the original Diana, and that she's in that world now, and then it was going to go into Flashpoint and stuff like that. And I basically, I think, made a better riff into why they showed her instead of just being just there, just being there.
I think it was a
yeah.
passing of the guard because like she was always the definition of Wonder Woman. Like there was fuck you. There was always like Batman. You got Keaton, you got this and that, you got different people you can talk to who you think is Superman. But she's always been Wonder Woman. Always have been. Always was be. But I think uh, Gail Gadot. Not sure to
Yeah,
pronounce her last
Godot, I
name correctly.
guess.
She's done a really, really good job in those two films. Now, again,
Very
there
good.
some of the writing stuff is iffy, but
4.
her performance is
Or
great. I think she's great.
She's
Um,
very good. Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Um, so I saw more as a passing the torch kind of thing, which was really cool because again the original show is cheesy, but it was cool to see that. I was like, that's cool.
yeah, I get. I mean,
Well,
you didn't see Adam West in the '89 Batman.
yeah, because there's so many different Batmans.
No, but I'm just that's why I said '89 Batman because
Okay.
really the other Batman there was at that time was Adam West, and that was super cheesy. So I don't know. I thought I liked the idea more of it being like a multiverse thing, and then she would show up with Michael Keaton's Batman and like stuff like that. But it is what it is. It was just she was just still living somehow.
Yeah.
So whatever.
You guys, I don't know.
Overall, not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
decent.
it's not
Um,
bad. I'm glad it was free. I would have paid for it though.
I would
yeah,
have. I would have been
yeah.
okay with it too.
I was uh, I was hyped for it. Not let down, but I was like, it's not bad. So I am interested in three. I want to see what happens there because obviously there's no plans until this came out. Well, to us that there's no plans for three. They probably had it in the works for a while.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Zack Snyder cut does. We'll take it from there. We'll go, and we'll see what three looks like.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right,
We
Sonny,
give
where can I find us?
You can find us everywhere, but nowhere. You can find us on YouTube. If you wish to watch the video portion of the podcast, type in Three Nerds on a Sunday. We still come up first. You want to listen to the audio version. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, any podcasting app of your choice. We're everywhere because we are a national baby. Whoop whoop. If you want to stay up to date when the episode drops on Sundays, times may vary, but always on Sunday. Follow us on Facebook, Three Nerds on a Sunday. We'll drop you a note when it happens. Twitter, we have one. We rarely, if ever, use it, but if you wish to follow us there as well, like, rate, share, subscribe. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, everything and everything in between. Thank you guys for listening to another episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
All right. Thank you all.
Bye.